What's up, everybody? Welcome to X-Convo. And today, I am here with an amazing individual. The president of Mills High School student body, the host of Comet Cast Zero and Comet News, Chance Him Bradford.
I appreciate the glaze, bro.
Yeah, I have to glaze you.
You glaze every intro, or am I just special?
You're the first person that you're the first interview person that I have that I know that has some very amazing accomplishments in their life.
I'm so flattered.
I know a lot about you, Chance. How about you explain yourself? What are you? What do you do? And what's your passion?
I'm black.
You're black? Wow. I don't know if they can tell by the voice, but you are a beautiful black person.
You trying to say how black people feel the same?
A little bit for if you want to keep it a buck.
I am. At the end of the day, I'm just a pretty social guy. Really, most of the stuff I do stems from me being social and kind of just falling forward. Actually, I kind of just end up in situations. I do debate. I'm in FBLA. I have a podcast, as you said. I'm in student council. I went to Boys State with you, of course.
Amazing times.
Led to me going to Boys Nation in Washington, D.C. with 2 delegates from every other state. Interesting experience. Really, a lot of the things in my life just come from me being a pretty decent talker and just being at the right place at the right time, just kind of end up places.
Speaking on the podcast, Comet Cast Zero, what made you get the idea of doing a podcast for our school?
So, Comet Cast actually started as an East project. East, if you're unaware, is just a class that is based on community service. How can you, as a student, help the community that you're currently in? I had to do a project or do a bunch of paperwork every day. Obviously didn't want to do the paperwork. So I thought, what are my strengths? I like talking. What's something that's super popular right now? Podcasts. Not many other schools have big podcasts, so I thought, why not start one for mine? Started off as me and a group of friends, a lot of graduated seniors now, just kind of going into the laundry room of the coach's office and just talking about whatever for about an hour or so.
Good time. It was really good times on that podcast.
But now I'm hoping that, it can be something more instead of just keeping it so enclosed to just me and my group. Give other people the opportunity to connect. Some people who you usually wouldn't talk on a daily basis, see how they could relate on certain things, see if they can build some more bonds, Right. I feel like, even though you spend 4 years in high school, it's a lot of people you probably go by that you never talk to that you might get along really well with. So, yeah, that's essentially why I built the podcast.
So even after high school and you don't have Comet Cast Zero, do you have any other plans basically that you would do for a future podcast, or this podcast right here for the high school is here to stay for each new freshman, sophomore, junior that's willing to continue doing it when you are gone?
Yeah, I want Comet Cast to be a part of the legacy that I leave behind. Whenever I leave the school, Comet Cast is gonna stay right here. I plan to pass it on to somebody. Hopefully, 10 years go by, I get to come back and I see it still going. That's the ideal method, Outside of this, it'd be nice to have a podcast. Probably would have a narrower topic. Maybe a brainstorming podcast. I think a lot of people like those. I'm a big writer, so I think maybe something along the lines of that. I love fantasy. I love horror. So, something along those lines.
Speaking on to writing, me and you, we are both debaters. We both on the same debate team. So, as a debater, how has that helped you improve your writing skills and your communication skills as a whole?
Writing skills. I don't like writing.
Okay. I think we both can agree on that one right there.
I don't like writing, unless it's something that I'm really passionate about. If it's you're in class, write an essay about, that's not for me. I'll do it, but I'm not gonna have much fun doing it. I like writing stories. I think as far as communications wise, debate has definitely given me some abilities as far as how to argue a point strategically instead of emotionally. It's given me more opportunity to talk off the top of my head, which is good because as a guy who loves not writing.
Right.
I get to just speak from wherever these thoughts come from. I think it's also done a lot for me as far as like forming bonds. Going from school to school for tournaments has given me the opportunity to connect with a lot of Arkansas schools and see not only how different people are, because I'm still like generally new to Arkansas, but also, seeing what other schools have that I could maybe bring back to mine. Yeah.
So for this year, we're both basically teacher eds in debate. So how has teaching younger, newer debaters about debate help you as a person as a whole, your morals and all of that?
Oh, I hate kids.
Hate kids. Okay.
No, listen. It's not easy. Teaching people is not easy, especially teaching younger people is not easy. So definitely gives me a lot more respect for teachers. I already had a good bit because my mom is a teacher, has been my entire life. But you never really get to understand how hard that job is until you do it yourself. But it is good because I get to see people. I get to see people's potential, and there's a lot of benefit in being there in the early stages of somebody's life and building them up, because no matter what, the people who pour into you, eventually you're going to pay them back. Whether that be in some way you would like, whether that be you giving them something in return, or whether that just be the satisfaction of them knowing that they helped you get to where you need to be. It's just pretty good.
So one teacher that I both know, that we both love, that we both consider like almost like a father figure, Thompson.
Mm-hmm.
So out of our years in high school, what is one lesson or something that he has impacted you on?
Thompson.
Man, where do we begin? He's passionate. He cares about us. He wants the best out of all of us, no matter how hard he has to be on us for it to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So, as another father figure in your life, how do you think Thompson impacted your life?
Well, Thompson definitely, he'll definitely make sure you know the line of when to be and when not to be a dummy.
Right.
He understands that a lot of stuff is just in good fun, but he's also there to check you when you need to lock in. And, that's good to have in a lot of cases. And he's also just a very good person for comfort. He's a good person to confide in. He's a good person to ask for advice. Yeah, I like Thompson a lot. He's come through many times, many times.
More than we can even count. So you are originally from Memphis,
mm-hmm.
and you came to Arkansas.
Mm-hmm.
So as your few years here in Arkansas compared to Memphis, do you think that staying in Arkansas was way better than living in Memphis, or do you think it's just a change of little scenery?
The social scene in Memphis is buns in comparison to what I have now. Of course, no diss to Memphis. I love my home state, but the community was one of the reasons why I ended up leaving. It was getting too much, too dangerous, too much stuff going on near me. Mom thought it would be a better idea to move me out to Arkansas. And honestly, it's been good for me in the long run, because this is the first time where I've just had the opportunity to really set roots down. I guess I'm a little bit biased because, in Memphis, I always moved around extremely often, like annually, really.
Right.
So that means a lot of transferring schools. And middle school, I ended up being homeschooled. Arkansas, get here, freshman year. I've been at the same school, been in the same house for about 3 years. So it's really been solid. I guess I'm kind of biased, though, given that, this is my first opportunity to just sit down and be somewhere for a long amount of time.
Speaking on going back to what you had talked about yourself, Boys State. So we both went into Boys State together. How was your point of view of Boys State, and did you have any crazy experiences that I probably had told you about?
Oh, man, I ain't know nothing.
You know nothing?
I didn't know anything about Boys State. The only thing I knew about Boys State was that Eddie went.
Oh, I ain't gonna lie. Okay, so with Boys State, my mama had told me about it ever since I was in middle school. And so I've been trying so hard to make sure that I stayed in Boys State and make sure that I had got information. The crazy thing is, during my sophomore year, I had signed up for Boys State. And I had talked to the director, and I was like, oh, yeah, I want to be Boys State. Like, yeah, be a junior. I was like, oh, man, I was so devastated.
Eddie was the first time I had ever even heard about it. And he was the person that recommended for me to go in the first place, really. But going, I knew absolutely nothing, but I also knew that I enjoyed just saying yeah to a lot of stuff. And that's gotten me places. So when I was asked, hey, you want to go to Boise State? It's a week long, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, sure, I'll do it. I went in. It was weird because I was going to be away from everybody for a full week. You know, it was weird because I knew I was going to be going there with like 4 other people from my school, but I ended up not seeing those people very often.
Man, that was the crazy thing.
So it was really just dropped in a new setting around a lot of strangers. But it was fun. It really was. Starting off, I thought it was going to be slow. I think that's a very common thing when people go to Boise State, though. They just kind of see and they start feeling homesick. But by the 3rd day, it really is like a brand new experience. I ran for a couple of positions. Landed all the ones I ran for. Mayor of Rorick City. Chief Justice of the Supreme Court.
Yep, I was there. I voted for you, man.
Made my trip to Boys Nation. You know, it was...
How was Boys Nation?
Boys Nation was interesting, honestly. Actually, if I'm being honest, as much of an honor as it was, I kind of liked Boys State a little bit more. But seeing a bunch of young men with big minds from all over the United States was extremely, I guess, relaxing. You know, seeing the next generation, well, I guess my generation, and just seeing a condensed room of all the potential that we hold. So cool. And I roomed with a guy from Florida. His name was Bernie. Bernie was super rad.
Is it with the afro?
No.
Oh.
No, that's Notter.
No, actually, Notter seemed like a
Notter is a cool dude. He wasn't my roommate. He got there late.
Oh.
I got there late, too, but he got there like 2 days late because of airplane complications, which there were a lot of. By the time we were actually about to leave, that was when that big Microsoft crash was. You remember that?
Yeah.
So all 100 Boys State, all 100 Boys Nation delegates, senators, all flights screwed all the way up. It took me like 3 trips just to make it to Washington. I went from here to Nashville, from Nashville to Texas, and then from Texas to Washington.
I'm beyond.
So I was
did
going
it.
all around a bunch of airports, and I ain't sleep. I didn't eat for a good day. It was weird. My head was banging. So when I got there, they were in the middle of a meeting. I got there. I was not dressed at all. There was a stricter uniform here, khaki pants, shirt tucked in, dress shoes. I pulled up in there. I had some big, baggy, leaf graphic basketball shorts on. And I had my Arkansas Boys State hoodie on that did not match at all. And then I had some frog slides on. And I got in there and I sat down and I was just looking around like, wow, it's a lot of places. There's a lot of people. Even though our Boys State had a lot. Just going there and seeing like 100 people in a room and then knowing that all of them are from drastically different places was just, ooh.
Crazy. It's really crazy to think about, if I'm being honest with you.
And then I'm over here representing Arkansas, sticking out like a sore thumb.
Hey, that's the way to put Arkansas on the map, I guess.
Yeah. Way to put us on the map.
Nah, man. If I'm being honest, I don't know if I'd be able to do Boys Nation.
Oh, you don't think so?
No, because like, even though governor school is like a month, like Boys Nation like a week long.
Mm-hmm. Boys Nation was a week long.
Oh, okay. I probably wouldn't be able to do it. Like flying, all that much flying, the delaying. Nah.
Oh my gosh, so much walking.
Walking, no.
I had such sore feet when I got home. We walked everywhere. It was a lot of nice places. We went to the Capitol, went to the Supreme Court, went to the Tomb of the Lost Soldier. Big graveyard. Very honorable places. Gosh, was the walk so terrible.
Man, I would.
And then we had those dress shoes on, so there was no padding, no mercy on the feet.
Well, I ain't gonna lie. I thought my walking at governor school was bad. Oh man,
no,
I would have felt bad. Dress shoes and you just had to do all that walking. Nah, I would not like that at all whatsoever.
Hey, meals was fire though. They fed us breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Meals was all fire.
Better than Boys State
every time. Yeah, better than Boys State. I ain't gonna lie.
We still complain about the food at Boys State. Oh my God, like I don't understand how we didn't get a virus like Girl State did. I still, I'm like,
I feel so bad for Girls Day because it's like, dang, you guys got like, what, 2 days in?
2.5? Like,
2.5 days in, and then it all just got shut down.
I would have felt.
And it's crazy because it's like me knowing how life-changing Boys Day was for me. Like, I cried like 3 times when I was about to leave Boys Day. I cried 3 times. I cried when I was anticipating the announcement for Boys Nation on the last day because I was like, what if I go? What if I don't go? I didn't cry, but I teared up. I was like, wow, I really have put a lot of time and effort into this. You know, it was a lot of late nights where I had to stay up drawing posters and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, figuring out what I'm going to say in my next speech. That was one of the times where I actually planned my speeches because it was just like, it's a lot riding on this. And then I got to go out on a network, start talking to people, make them like me without seeming too superficial. It was something. And I had realized, like, super late, like, wow, I really am locked in right now.
Man.
And then, so I cried again when I found out I was going to Boys Nation. Extreme honor, I was told. You know,
I was so happy. Cause every time you won or they said your name, I cheered the loudest.
I heard you.
I
every
made
time.
sure, like my county was just looking at me weird. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I'm making sure that my homeboy hears me cheering him the loudest. When I heard that you was going to Boys Nation, I jumped. I wanted to run over there, but they wouldn't allow me to. The moment it was over, I made sure I came straight to you. I do not care. I
would have welcomed you in, boy.
Man, I was so happy.
Yeah, I knew the chances was off. 546 people went to Boys State. 54 people ran to go to Boys Nation. Only 2 of us could go. So it's like, wow. I was really one of those 2. So I ain't gonna lie. I went up there. I got my thing. It was I was heart rushing. You know, they was trying to take a photo. I was like gazing off into the audience. I was starry eyed, man. And then after I stepped off stage, I walked out. My family was there waiting for me. Moms was crying, sister was crying. Seeing my sister cry was crazy because my sister was really, really like a thug. Like, she was really like a G. I go up and I hugged down. I started crying too. I'm like, and when I say crying this time, I was really bawling. Like, I was really leaking.
I would too. You know, that's a real honor. Not a lot, like literally, out of 540-some people, you were one of the 2 best. Exactly. And you get to represent a whole state.
And hey, you know, no shade to the other dude that went, but I was really number 1 best because I did have the most votes. I did have the most votes. But
I'm not a lie. I told everybody in my county, hey, I go for chance. Chance is the way. Chance is the way.
No. The other dude who went though, Xavion Sims. Amazing dude, actually. Plans to go to the Air Force, plans to run for mayor when he gets older. Amazing guy. If there was anybody I would want going with me who actually ran, oh yeah, it's him for sure. It's him for sure. I'm glad it was him.
I plan to run for mayor a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, Boys State made me really want to get more into politics and stuff.
Yeah.
Made me want to get a degree in political science.
Hey, I never considered myself a very political person, a very patriotic person. Hey, that was about the closest I got. I got my gripes with America and the way it functions, but hey, I feel some pride there. I won't lie to you. And then Boys Nation was really an honor because it led to me seeing the first public speech of hopefully upcoming president of the United States, first female president.
Kamala Harris?
Yes. I saw Kamala speak at her first live appearance after Biden dropped out the race. We were on the bus. Everybody was standing up like, well, no, this got to be a hoax. This is crazy. Why did he do that? Some people were rejoicing. Some people were like, no way. We're cooked. Some people were over there playing Among Us, not caring. And then the next day, we get invited out to I think it was NCAA.
In WCP? Oh, no.
No, NCAA, I think it's like a sports organization.
Are you talking about the college? National Collegiate Association? Yeah.
Yep. We got announced that we was going to be there. Everybody like, oh my gosh, we're going to see Livy Dunn.
Oh, wow.
All day. And then we get there, and they wanted to wait till we got there. First of all, it was a bunch of things going on. First of all, good food. That was the first time we were going to enter the White House, go through the White House. We were meeting Girls Nation there, which means a whole lot of girls Got to meet the 2 delegates from Girl State, which was definitely interesting because I didn't even know they had gotten to the point where they did pick 2 girls for because we hadn't gotten to that till like the 3rd day, and then 3rd, Kamala came out. Kamala came out and spoke to us, and it was like, wow, this is like a real historical moment. This is the first time she's speaking since Biden's dropped from the race. And it's like, this is just a crazy place to be at this time. Like, it's just wild work.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Crazy. Meeting Kamala Harris. I would never think of myself to ever, a day to I'll ever meet her. But seeing one of my friends, best friends at that, meet Kamala Harris, probably would have been amazing. Oh, man.
And then, this is my first time getting to vote. I just registered a few days ago, so I think I met her. I feel like I'm kind of obligated at this point.
For real. Well, going about the future and all of that, where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Where do I see myself in 10 years? Yeah. Hopefully still alive.
I ain't gonna lie. You real for that.
Prayers up. I see myself having started my own video game development business.
Right.
Working with some people that I love. Getting to make money in a place where I don't hate my job.
Right.
And getting to inspire people, with my video games. Getting to see people fan out, like fangirl, fanboy about like the characters that I made, that I put out there. And, getting to speak publicly and getting the chance to give back to my communities. Memphis and Arkansas. Well, Memphis, yeah.
Okay.
No, go ahead.
No, you can see.
Hopefully I got a baddie. But that's I guess that's a little secondary to everything else.
Secondary. So, do you have any goals for this school year as a whole? Basically, like to
hopefully making my peak. I feel like I attained a lot of things in my junior year. I know a lot of people will probably want to coast their senior year, which I definitely feel that. I definitely want to coast too. I want my life to be easy this year. But, I need to set up the building blocks for the next part of my life. And, I need to make sure that I hit my prime already,
Exactly. Like, I'm going to get this podcast started in high school. That way, when I go to college and there's a lot more people that I can interview, that I can just spread out, talk to more people, get more interesting people, talk about their lives and stuff as well.
Facts. I plan to go to,
that's what I wanted to get to.
The college that I want to go to, more likely than not, probably Morehouse. But I don't know though, because I'm trying to keep my options open to colleges. It's just that Morehouse, I've seen a lot of very successful black men personally that I've met that have said Morehouse is a great college. So, hey, not saying, hey, if I don't go to the Morehouse, I'm not going nowhere. Not to say that. But I would definitely say it would definitely be a big honor to go there. I feel like a lot of people would be like, people would expect like a super scholarly person to be like, oh, I want to go to Harvard. I want to go to Yale. I ain't gonna lie, B.
I ain't. If I'm being honest with you, I really do not.
Harvard, as it would be an honor to be accepted. Too much stress.
Too much work.
My hair gonna be white by the time I get out of college. But if I had to just pick one college right now, Morehouse, hit there 4 years. And then after I go to Morehouse for 4 years, 24 years old, go to Full Sail in Florida. Full Sail offers a very specific video game development program, lasts you 27 months. So, probably go there. I'd be 26, 27. I don't know. I think that's still kind of young. No. No, I won't be 26, 27. I'll be 24.
Yeah, because you have 4 years of college.
Yeah. I'm bugging. Yeah, I'll get out of Morehouse 22, go there, 24 years old, 25 years old. I'll finish out Full Sail. Yeah, that's even better, really.
Right. Man, it's really great to see people have goals in their life and they really trying to fix to it and go and go do them goals basically. Mm-hmm. And seeing that you are basically already having your life planned out, it's pretty crazy. Mm-hmm. Because like me, I really don't even know what I want to do. There's so much to do in this world.
Yeah, I feel you.
And it's just really crazy that a lot of people got their stuff already picked out. Because it's really hard to choose something and do it for the rest of your life, or even just fix your goal to do it.
Yeah. Nah, for real. I ain't gonna lie. I think I've always known that I wanted to go into video game development. As much as people tell me, please go into politics. My family be on that heavy.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't like politics enough to want to go into them. You know? Of course, I want to make a difference. So that's going to require me getting into politics just a little bit, no matter what. To do it as my profession, my main one, no.
If I'm be honest with you, I had this one question that I really was thinking about asking you for like a little minute now.
Mm-hmm.
I had this one question I really wanted to ask you.
Go for it.
So, if you had a character about your life, if you had a character about your life, basically, would you think of yourself as a villain, a hero, an anti-hero, or an anti-villain?
If it was like about my life,
yeah, or who you are as a person, or who would you want people to think of you as?
you know, I don't really think anybody's that good, pure of heart. I'm gonna get on the Nimbus cloud. I'm gonna pick up Mjolnir. You know, like I don't think anybody's just that big, pure of heart type person. Realistically speaking, everybody's got just a little bit of bad in them.
Right.
But I'm not a villain. I'm not out here toxic. I'm not out here freaking around with 5 girls at the same time. I'm not out here lacing nobody with nothing. So, you know, I can't just sit here and say I'm a villain.
Right.
But I think definitely maybe an anti-hero, you know, because I think, you know, I have generally good intentions. I want to help people.
Just got a different way of doing it.
Just, you know, sometimes I'm not lawful good. You know, I'm not lawful good, you know. If it was on the D&D chart, what is it, lawful, chaotic, and then neutral good?
Yeah.
And I'm probably a cool little neutral good. I ain't gonna lie.
I'd be the complete opposite. I'd probably be like an anti-villain. Like, I'd be like a Hans Doofenshmirtz. From Phoenix and Ferb. That's how I view myself, basically.
You want to be a Doofenshmirtz.
Yeah. I want to do evil, but I'm so bad at it that I just do good.
That's so crazy.
No, because, like...
wanting to be evil is crazy work.
No, like...
You said you want to watch it all burn.
No, it's because, like, people... If you heard my story of how I grew up, basically, and stuff, I think I have every right to become a villain.
No, that's real.
But I really choose the right way of, like... You know, I ain't going to try to do that. Because... Even though you want to see the world burn, you see the world burning every day anyway, so you might as well not even contribute to it. But
not facts.
You can just do little slick stuff here and there to like lessen out the evil, but like still do some evil deeds. Because sometimes people do deserve evil, and I'm willing to do that on some evil type shit, like literally.
Sick. I'm having a bad day, bro.
For real, on some despicable me. Like I was gonna get to this or that questions for you, but like. Talking about Boy State and all that stuff, it was really good. I promise you, next time I bring you back on this show, it's going to be a second part. It's going to be more of the fun side where I actually genuinely...
Nah, you good, bro. You solid.
Solid interview.
Solid.
Solid. You're definitely going to be back for another episode. I don't know when.
Nah, I love to.
Oh, man. Boom. Also, this is a little announcement. I'm going to be the co-host of Comet Cast Zero. This is I don't know if it's going to be out before the first episode comes out. But hey, thank you all for tuning in to X-Convo. I'm your host, Xavion McLennan, signing out one time.
Hold on, real quick. I'm sorry, I don't mean to ruin you.
Nah, come on.
Real quick. Hey, you want to see what I get up to? On YouTube, Comet Cast Zero. Hit us up. Mill's pretty cool on the low ski. But I appreciate you.
Thank you all. One more time for Chance. Signing off.